You have asked me, what is going on with 3I Atlas? Is it crashing down on us or pieces of it? And is that why we see this unusual fireball activity all over the world? That stuff is coming down with sonic booms, with bright light during the day in highly populated areas. And we're even finding the fragments. And I lived through it as well. I heard it. I heard the sonic boom was really freaking me out. It was way more intense than a jet breaking the sound barrier. It was like 5 subwoofers around me. This is how it felt. So I was really thinking the big Cascadia earthquake is happening. I was really worried. So what is going on? And there's news from Harvard professor Avi Loeb about the question, could that be fragments from interstellar object 3I Atlas coming down on Earth? I've reported so much about 3I Atlas. It kept us busy for quite a while. It's now on its way to Jupiter, and it hit its closest point to Earth last year. So you need to listen to this carefully, what I'm about to say, guys, because this might be one of the first times that we are watching material from another star system, you hear me right, not from our solar system, reach us, reach the Earth. And actually not far from me, scientists said material probably came down. It's a forested area, but they did find fragments in Houston. It hit through a roof in a house, so they have these fragments. And what I'm saying now in this video, guys, this is not science fiction, this is real. We know 3I Atlas is passing through our solar system, did not come from here, is not orbiting the sun. It's on a one-time path, hopefully, if it's not artificial, from another star, straight flying through our system. And at the exact time, the timing is the thing, we're seeing something unusual here on Earth. We're seeing it, we're hearing it, we're feeling it. Fireballs, meteors, explosions in the sky, bright green lights, and not in one place, all over the world, here in Canada, Texas, Ohio, California, Europe, Germany, the Netherlands, Turkey, everywhere. And really, I can give the testimony because I heard it, I felt it. So this is real. It's absolutely real. So one after another, and they don't stop. And now you guys and also the scientists are asking a very specific question. Not are like meteors normal, but this. Are these meteors connected to interstellar object 3I Atlas? And this is where it gets serious. We still do not have answers, by the way, about all these anomalies that 3I Atlas has that makes it different from a normal comet or from the 2 other interstellar objects that we have discovered. 3I Atlas is only the 3rd object. So again, I said here's where it gets serious, because according to Avi Loeb, this is not just a random idea. This is justified to ask that question. And it is something, guys, that can actually be calculated. And here's the key part that most people are missing. Earth just passed very close to the trajectory of 3I Atlas. Not the object itself, but its path. Maybe you get now what I'm hinting at it. About 54 million kilometers, that's roughly 33.5 million miles. And in space, that is close enough that if this object has released debris, we could run into it. That could be what we're experiencing, what we're seeing right now. And here's the critical question. Could 3I Atlas be shedding material? Could that be the case? I mean, imagine that. Even Eddie, my dog, has something to say about that. We've been watching this thing, observing this thing since July last year. And now actually we could have fragments of it on Earth. That would tell us so much about this object. So could Atlas be shedding material? The answer is yes. It's yes, guys. Boof, here it is. I have to say it again, because observations have already shown something unusual. A massive gas plume that is extending up to 348,000 kilometers, about 216,000 miles. And that means that this object is active. If it does that, it's releasing material into space. And if that material spreads out along its path, it creates something like we call a debris field. And if Earth crosses that field, you don't get a normal meteor shower. You don't get a single direction in the sky. You get this, what we're getting, random, scattered fireballs appearing across the planet. Exactly what we're seeing right now. But here is where it becomes even more real. As we know from Professor Avi Loeb, he's running the numbers, he's doing the math. Avi Loeb actually ran the numbers, and here it is. Here is where it gets crazy, really crazy. So if fragments were released just a few months ago, they would only need a speed of roughly 3 kilometers per second, that's roughly 1.9 miles per second, to reach us, to reach Earth. So if they were released like years ago, they would only need 170 meters per second, roughly 380 miles per hour. That is nothing in space. That is completely realistic. And now listen to this, listen carefully. Based on reasonable assumptions, so we're not doing a guessing game here, reasonable scientific assumptions, Avi Loeb estimates that up to 34,000 fragments could enter our atmosphere, Earth's atmosphere. 34,000, not one, not 10, thousands. Now you might ask, is that shizzy hitting the fizzy? Well, they would not arrive as just one event. They would appear exactly like this, over days, over weeks. What we're seeing right now, spread across the entire planet, and suddenly, what we're seeing right now starts to look very different. Because this is not behaving like a normal meteor shower. Normally, meteors come from one point in the sky, one point. A radiant, predictable, organized one point. But these fireballs that we're seeing, they're coming from different directions, different regions, almost like Earth is moving through something. It's not a stream, it's but a cloud of debris. And that would be so amazing if that was 3I Atlas's debris. And this is exactly what this hypothesis predicts. Now, we need to be clear, this is not confirmed, but Avi Loeb is also not claiming that it is. He's doing something else. He's showing us that it is physically possible and that we should test it. He always says, let's find out. Because there's only one way to know, the trajectories. The trajectories are the key. The direction these meteors are entering our atmosphere, Earth's atmosphere. If they align with the incoming path of 3I Atlas, then this is not a coincidence. And right now, that analysis is still ongoing. But here's the part that should make you think. Because there's also the safe explanation for these things. Scientists say that it's just random debris, asteroid fragments, background activity, and that we're only noticing it more. Well, we used to have doorbell cameras installed, outdoor cameras. We used to have cell phones for quite a while, 10 years at least, I would say. Why haven't we seen this, right? Just the explanation, oh, everyone's filming everything right now, that doesn't count, because we've been doing this for quite a while. We've been doing this last year, we've been doing this the years before. Why now, right? This is an argument we could hold against it. So this explanation certainly has the weakness of that, but it doesn't fully explain the timing. It doesn't fully explain the clustering, and it definitely doesn't explain why this is happening right now, while an interstellar object is passing through our system. So right now, We are at the point where both explanations exist. Either this is coincidence, or we're seeing the first real evidence that material from another star system can reach Earth and burn in our sky, and that the only thing that will decide what is happening is data. So the next time you see one of these fireballs, just don't look at it. Ask yourself, where did it come from? Because for the first time, that question might have a very different answer. And I know there's videos going around that show these objects changing direction and flying a little bit. And I know there has been the theory that 3I Atlas could have released probes that would come to Earth. So many people are saying, is that it? We have no evidence for that, and it's hard. I'm not sure about these videos, if they're real or if they're AI. So I'm on the pulse of that for you guys. I will find out. So stay tuned, subscribe. If you want to support the channel, fill me up with coffee. Link is in the description. Thanks for your supers. Click the join button to become a supporting channel member for behind the scene videos. And look up, look down, stay safe, be prepared, and don't make assumptions. Assumptions can kill. Let's find the data, as many as we can, right? And let's look at them and let's interpret them. See you in the next one. This is interesting as well. This is also about the meteors, but other stuff is happening that you should check out here as well. Like and hype the video. I forgot that. See you. Bye.